Hello everyone. I'd like to welcome you to today's edition of the Our America channel. My name is Thornton Prayer. I'm a citizen, a patriot, and I care very deeply about our country and where we're headed. Today I'd like to talk about something I call mind fever. And what I'm referring to is this tendency, and I've seen this throughout my entire life, where someone or a group of people will get really hyped up about something, either in a positive way or a negative way, and then they're just kind of off to the races, sometimes literally screaming and rampaging and destroying things around them. And I think we're seeing that happening more and more in our country today. I think about some examples I've seen in my own life where I've said something to someone that was completely innocuous, and next thing I knew, they were yelling at me. And I had to get them to slow down and realize I wasn't attacking them, I wasn't insulting them, I was simply either asking a question or making, like I said, an innocent comment. But it took a lot of time and effort on my part to get them to slow down, to get them to catch their breath, and to actually hear what I was trying to say. The problem when we're seeing this on a national level, I think, is that a lot of us have a lot of mind fever about how evil this politician is, that politician is, how he or she is trying to destroy this country and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to say to you that that's a lot of noise and garbage. And one of my biggest concerns is when I see a lot of us doing this, and I see this especially on social media, where we're screaming about how these people are trying to destroy our country. And it's like, really? I don't see evidence of this. They have a different opinion, but we're so caught up in the mind fever about how they're evil, how they're going to kill us, how our country's going to fall apart, that we don't step back and see and listen to what they're actually saying, and actually not getting caught up in the drama and the hype and the emotions. And again, I've said this before in other videos, and I'll say it today. Politicians love this kind of stuff. They love it when we're caught up in the drama, because they can just throw anything out there, and a lot of us will swallow it, and we don't step back and understand why they're saying this and what's the real game they're trying to accomplish. Politicians are a different breed from you and me. The plutocrats are a different breed from you and me. And they have very clear goals and very clear agendas about trying to accomplish things in order to seize power, political power, economic power, social power, to dominate everybody. And when I say everybody, I do mean everybody. I don't care if you're on the left, I don't care if you're on the right, I don't care if you're in the center, I don't care if you call yourself a conservative or liberal, what have you, or progressive. The vast majority of this people in this country generally want the same thing. But we're so caught up in our own respective forms of mind fever that we can't hear what's being said, and we can't see who's trying to manipulate us. If you really want to have this country work, if you want to have your country back, or whatever you want to say, if you want to make this country work for all of us, then I'm going to say that you got to be willing to not get caught up in stuff. To be willing to say, I know I'm all hyped up about this politician, good or bad, right or wrong, but what's really happening? Now, I'm speaking in generalities because I don't want to dig in right now. I don't want to dig in and pointing fingers about particular people. But the bottom line is this. When you're caught up in a lot of stuff, a lot of emotion, a lot of noise, you're not going to be able to see clearly. And the people who are trying to take control of our country, I'm not talking about people who are progressives, I'm not talking about people who are conservatives, I'm talking about the people at the upper echelons of our society. Major politicians, the plutocrats, love throwing out a lot of garbage, and then we're like throwing raw meat to dogs, yelling and screaming and snapping at each other. That's not going to work. The thing I'd like to ask someone is like, has it ever really worked out for you? Screaming at somebody? Yeah, it might feel good in the moment. That's a form of mind fever. But at the end of the day, does that really work? It's kind of like what I see is the analogy where I've seen people, a married couple, screaming at each other, and they're so dialed into being right that they end up trashing the relationship, and they won, but did they really win? They got a crapped out relationship, pardon my language, and they got a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever you want to say, who feels like they've been dumped on. Nobody wins. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're running around screaming about how these people are, whoever you define as these people or those people are destroying this country, maybe you might want to slow down and ask yourself, is that really what's happening. Now, I know what I'm saying might be a controversial for a lot of people. I understand that. I accept that. That's what might happen. But my commitment, as always, is to try to understand and to try to recognize what the truth of the matter is, not what I heard, not what everybody says, not what some politician says, but to understand what's really going on. And that takes some courage. That takes the willingness to set aside your pre-existing beliefs and not getting caught up in some sort of drama, some sort of mind fever that has you off to the races doing destructive things to yourself and the people you care about and to our country. I welcome your thoughts and your comments below. Again, I'd like to thank you for watching today's edition of the Our America channel. See you next time.